Hey, my friends, I've just had another one of those tedious conversations where somebody said, "Hey, man, I support Palestine, yeah, but I'm just totally against violence." As if me and people like me who support the resistance are kind of Quentin Tarantino types, just kind of running around town looking for fistfights. First of all, let's talk about violence. Violence is being murdered or ethnically cleansed from your land. Violence is daily military brutality and humiliation. Violence is around the clock surveillance, the denial of human rights. Violence is an attempt to erase or commandeer your culture and way of life, as is the one of any settler colonial project. Because again, this is not a conflict. This is not a war. There is no symmetry. There is just the occupier and the occupied. And the occupied has the right to resist its occupation under any means necessary, up to and including armed force. This is not some kind of mad lefty headbanger idea. And I'm sure many of you are accused of being a crazy communist on the internet. Well, I'm just for people being able to defend themselves against the strongest military might in the world murdering its children at a rate of over 100 a day. Now, if that makes me a communist, send me to Moscow, baby! If members of the resistance have committed war crimes, they should be punished accordingly, unequivocally. But their right to resist is enshrined in international law. This is a colonised country defending itself against the brutality of its coloniser. How do you think the Irish fought for liberation against the British, or the Algerians won their independence against the French? Through water balloons and storytelling workshops? You might say, no, I support Palestinian liberation, but through peaceful means. They tried that. Look up the Great March of Return 2018 to 2019, where every Friday Palestinians, led by, I think, a poet, had a peaceful protest at the fence between besieged Gaza and Israel, asking for a return to their ancestral homes, which were, of course, stolen from them in 1948 at the creation of Israel, and also an end to, at that stage, the 12 to 13 year blockade on Gaza. Do you know what happened? 214 of them were murdered, including 46 children, and another 30,000 were injured. So you don't support Palestine if you don't support their resistance. What you support is Palestinians going back into their little open-air prisons, taking their beatings and their humiliations like good little second-class citizens until they die quietly, if they're lucky. But Palestinians aren't built like that. Like the Irish, like the Algerians, they demand justice, liberation and statehood by whatever means necessary, and they will have their day. And these resistance fighters that the West calls terrorists? Well, many of them were yesterday's innocent little children in Gaza and other places who witnessed their family, their friends, their places of worship, of education, of play being obliterated before their eyes. Well, what would you do? Lie down and get your belly tickled? As a famous Irish rebel song goes, "And you dare to call me a terrorist while you look down your gun."